Beyond the veil of darkness, in the shadowy corners of the world, there existed a clandestine society of vampires that thrived in secrecy. Their existence was whispered about in hushed tones, their stories passed down through generations like an eerie lullaby. The tale begins in the city of Nocturna, a place where the moon cast an everlasting twilight upon the cobblestone streets. At the heart of Nocturna lay the Crimson Chalice, an opulent nightclub that served as the covert gathering spot for vampires. Within its velvet-draped halls, patrons sipped crimson cocktails, their eyes glinting with a mysterious allure. The club was owned by the enigmatic Lord Malachi, a vampire of ancient lineage, whose name sent shivers down the spine of even the most fearless beings. One fateful night, a young mortal named Evelyn wandered into the Crimson Chalice, drawn by an inexplicable force she couldn't resist. Unbeknownst to her, she carried a bloodline that intertwined with the vampires of Nocturna in ways she could not comprehend. As she entered the dimly lit club, her eyes met those of a captivating vampire named Serafina, whose ethereal beauty masked a centuries-old secret. As the night unfolded, Evelyn found herself entangled in a web of intrigue and danger. Lord Malachi, sensing the unique energy emanating from the young mortal, took a keen interest in her presence. Whispers circulated among the undead that an ancient prophecy foretold the arrival of a mortal with the power to alter the course of vampire history. Nocturna, however, was not the only realm touched by the shadowy existence of these nocturnal beings. Across the ocean, in the forgotten city of Duskhaven, nestled in the mist-shrouded mountains, another coven of vampires dwelled. The ruler of Duskhaven, the elusive Countess Lyra, held a dark secret that connected her lineage to Lord Malachus in ways the world had yet to unravel. As the moon waxed and waned, mysterious events began to unfold. Shadows danced upon the walls of the Crimson Chalice, and whispers echoed through the abandoned streets of Duskhaven. The connection between Nocturna and Duskhaven, the enigmatic pasts of Lord Malachi and Countess Lyra, and the unsuspecting Evelyn at the center of it all, created a tapestry of intrigue that transcended time and space. Little did the inhabitants of both realms know that a looming threat, older than the oldest vampire, stirred in the depths of the abyss, a force that could shatter the delicate balance between the mortal and immortal worlds, unleashing chaos and darkness upon everything in its path. The fate of Nocturna, Duskhaven, and the mysterious Evelyn hung in the balance, and only time would reveal the twists and turns that lay ahead in this unfolding tale of vampires, prophecies, and the uncharted realms of the night. As the moon ascended to its zenith, bathing Nocturna and Duskhaven in a silvery glow, an ancient relic emerged from the depths of the vampire archives, the Whispering Codex, a tome guarded by generations of vampire elders, held the key to unlocking the intertwined destinies of Nocturna and Duskhaven. Lord Malachi, driven by an insatiable curiosity, delved into the pages of the Whispering Codex. The arcane symbols and cryptic prophecies hinted at a celestial convergence, a celestial event that occurred once in a millennium, when the boundaries between mortal and immortal worlds wavered. The prophecy spoke of a chosen one, a mortal imbued with both the essence of day and the allure of night. Evelyn, oblivious to her role in this cosmic ballet, found herself haunted by vivid dreams that seemed to bridge the gap between the two realms. Each night, she stood at the crossroads of Nocturna and Duskhaven, a spectral bridge connecting the two cities in ways no one could comprehend. In Duskhaven, Countess Lyra, too, discovered the cryptic verses within the Whispering Codex. A sense of foreboding gripped her undead heart as she realized the ancient prophecy foretold not only the rise of a mortal with unprecedented power, but also the impending convergence that threatened to tear apart the fabric of their existence. As whispers of the celestial convergence spread through the vampire societies, a clandestine council formed, uniting elders from both Nocturna and Duskhaven. Their centuries-old rivalries and enmities were set aside, for the survival of their kind depended on the unraveling of the prophecy. Meanwhile, Evelyn, guided by an otherworldly intuition, embarked on a journey through the hidden alleys of Nocturna and the mist-shrouded paths of Duskhaven. Unbeknownst to her, a mystical connection tied her fate to the ancient relic she carried, an heirloom passed down through generations in her mortal lineage. The celestial convergence approached, and the air crackled with an ominous energy. Shadows lengthened, and the moon seemed to pulse with an eerie luminosity. Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn stood at the crossroads of destiny, each unknowingly holding a piece of the puzzle that could either seal the fate of their kind or usher in a new era. As the first rays of the celestial convergence bathed Nocturne and Duskhaven in a surreal glow, an ancient force stirred, one that sought to exploit the cosmic vulnerability for its own malevolent purpose. The stage was set for a confrontation that transcended the boundaries of time and space, where the threads of vampire lore, mortal destiny, and a looming darkness intertwined in a complex dance. What none of them foresaw was the presence of a clandestine sect within their midst, manipulating events from the shadows with an agenda far more nefarious than anyone could imagine. As the celestial convergence reached its zenith, the true nature of their motives remained obscured, casting a veil of uncertainty over the impending clash between Nocturna, Duskhaven, and the forces that sought to exploit the delicate balance between day and night. The fate of vampires, mortals, and the entire supernatural tapestry hung in the balance, waiting for the next turn in this intricate tale of shadows and secrets. The celestial convergence reached its zenith, and a palpable tension gripped Nocturne and Duskhaven. The moon, now bathed in an ethereal glow, seemed to hold its breath as the disparate forces converged on the crossroads where the destinies of vampires and mortals collided. In the heart of Nocturna, the crimson chalice pulsated with an otherworldly energy. Lord Malachi, his eyes gleaming with ancient wisdom, stood in the center of the nightclub, surrounded by a council of elders from both realms. The Whispering Codex lay open before them, its pages whispering secrets that echoed through the hallowed halls. In Duskhaven, Countess Lyra, adorned in regal attire that seemed to absorb the moonlight, stood atop the ancient citadel. The vampire elders of Duskhaven, their expressions stoic and foreboding, awaited the convergence with a mixture of anticipation and dread. Meanwhile, Evelyn, guided by a mysterious force, found herself at the intersection of Nocturne and Duskhaven. The relic she carried, now glowing with an inner light, pulsed in synchrony with the celestial event. Unbeknownst to her, the key to unraveling the mystery lay within her very essence. As the cosmic energies swirled around them, a sudden disturbance rippled through the convergence. The clandestine sect, hidden in the shadows, revealed themselves. Cloaked figures emerged, wielding ancient artifacts and dark incantations, seeking to exploit the vulnerability created by the celestial convergence for their own insidious purpose. The Council of Elders, united by a common goal, faced a formidable adversary. The leader of the clandestine sect, a figure shrouded in a hooded cloak, stepped forward, revealing eyes that glowed with an unnatural malevolence. Their motives remained veiled, and their presence threatened to tip the delicate balance between Nocturna, Duskhaven, and the forces beyond. Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn, each realizing the magnitude of the impending clash, joined forces. As the ancient vampires and the mortal with a destiny intertwined with their own stood united against the clandestine sect, the celestial convergence reached its pinnacle. The moon, now a beacon of supernatural power, cast an otherworldly radiance upon the battleground. Shadows danced, and the air crackled with an arcane energy. The fate of vampires, mortals, and the entire supernatural tapestry hung in the balance, poised on the edge of an abyss that threatened to consume them all. Just as the confrontation reached its climax, a voice echoed through the convergence, resonating with a power that transcended time and space. A forgotten prophecy, hidden within the depths of the Whispering Codex, began to unfold, revealing a revelation that shook the very foundations of Nocturne and Duskhaven. The celestial convergence was not merely a convergence of celestial bodies, but a doorway to a realm beyond, a realm where the past, present, and future intertwined. As the truth unfurled, a chilling realization gripped the hearts of Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn. They were not just pawns in a cosmic game, but guardians of a cosmic balance that extended far beyond the realms of night and day. The true nature of the clandestine sect's motives, the revelation hidden within the Whispering Codex, and the destiny of Nocturna, Duskhaven, and Evelyn hung in the balance, and the shadows that clung to the edges of this mysterious tale deepened, leaving more questions than answers as the celestial convergence opened a portal to a dimension beyond imagination. The next chapter of this intricate saga awaited, its secrets buried in the cosmic fabric of an ancient and enigmatic reality. As the portal to the mysterious dimension opened, a surge of energy swept through Nocturne and Duskhaven. The once static air crackled with an otherworldly force, and the celestial convergence became a swirling vortex, drawing in the remnants of the clandestine sect and enveloping the protagonists in a kaleidoscope of cosmic hues. Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn found themselves suspended in the ethereal space between dimensions. The Whispering Codex, now emitting a soft glow, floated beside them, its pages turning autonomously, revealing secrets that transcended the boundaries of their previous understanding. A spectral figure materialized before them, a being of pure energy and ancient wisdom. The guardian of the celestial nexus, as it identified itself, spoke in a voice that resonated with the echoes of 1,000 lifetimes. It revealed that the celestial convergence was not a mere convergence of cosmic forces but a doorway to the nexus, a realm that connected all realms across time and space. The clandestine sect, it explained, sought to exploit the nexus for their own gain, seeking dominion over the past, present, and future. Their malevolent intentions endangered the delicate balance between the mortal and supernatural worlds. The Guardian implored Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn to thwart the sect's plans and preserve the cosmic equilibrium. Yet, the Guardian spoke in riddles and metaphors, leaving the trio with more questions than answers. It hinted at an ancient prophecy that foretold the rise of a savior, one who would unlock the true potential of the Nexus and safeguard the existence of all realms. The identity of this savior remained obscured, lost in the enigmatic passages of the Whispering Codex. As the Guardian faded into the cosmic tapestry, the vortex surrounding them began to shift and contort. Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn felt themselves being pulled in different directions, each one hurtling towards a different point in time and space. Nocturne and Duskhaven transformed before their eyes. The cities shifted through epochs, revealing glimpses of the past and future. Lord Malachi found himself in a bygone era, where Nocturna was a medieval city ruled by vampire lords. Countess Lyra stood amidst a futuristic Duskhaven, where towering spires reached into the skies. Evelyn, however, was suspended in a realm of dreams, where the boundaries between reality and illusion blurred, separated across the vast expanse of time and space. The trio faced challenges unique to their newfound environments. Meanwhile, the clandestine sect, though scattered, remained determined to harness the power of the Nexus for their own nefarious purposes. As the threads of destiny unraveled, the true nature of the prophecy, the significance of the Whispering Codex, and the role of Evelyn as the key to unlocking the Nexus potential remained obscured. The celestial convergence, far from resolving the mysteries that bound Nocturne and Duskhaven, had thrust the protagonists into a labyrinth of time and dimensions, where the past, present, and future intersected in a complex dance. The intricate saga of vampires, mortals, and the cosmic nexus continued, leaving the fate of Nocturna, Duskhaven, and the entire supernatural tapestry hanging in the balance. As Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn navigated the currents of time, the next chapter awaited, promising revelations that would either forge a new destiny or plunge the realms into an abyss of eternal darkness. In the shifting landscapes of time and space, Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn faced challenges that tested their resilience and determination. As they navigated through epochs and realms, the clandestine sect, undeterred by the scattering of their forces, continued to sow seeds of chaos in their wake. In the medieval Nocturna, Lord Malachi found himself embroiled in a vampire civil war. The once regal city now lay in ruins, torn apart by internal strife. Countess Lyra, in the futuristic Duskhaven, discovered a dystopian world ruled by an oppressive vampire regime. Meanwhile, Evelyn, trapped in the realm of dreams, faced illusions that blurred the line between reality and nightmare. As the protagonists fought to restore balance to their respective realms, the Nexus power began to wane. The celestial convergence, which once held the promise of salvation, now revealed its darker side. The fabric of reality itself began to unravel, causing rifts that bled chaos into every corner of Nocturne and Duskhaven. The guardian of the celestial nexus, its voice echoing through the corridors of time, explained that the nexus demanded a sacrifice to restore the cosmic equilibrium. One life, willingly given, would serve as the key to sealing the rifts and preventing the impending catastrophe. Lord Malachi, Countess Lyra, and Evelyn, despite their disparate struggles, came to the realization that the sacrifice must be made. Each harbored a deep connection to the Nexus, and their destinies were intertwined with the survival of their realms. The trio, reunited in a timeless space between dimensions, faced an agonizing decision. Evelyn, as the mortal with a bloodline that traversed through time, offered herself as the sacrificial lamb. Her selflessness and the essence of her unique lineage made her the nexus point that could mend the fabric of reality. Lord Malachi and Countess Lyra, burdened with centuries of existence, were left with no choice but to honor Evelyn's sacrifice, knowing that the survival of Nocturne and Duskhaven depended on it. As Evelyn willingly stepped into the cosmic maelstrom, the Nexus embraced her with an ethereal light. The rifts that threatened to consume the realms began to close, but the cost of salvation weighed heavy on the hearts of Lord Malachi and Countess Lyra. Evelyn's form dissipated into a luminous mist, becoming one with the Nexus. Her sacrifice echoed through the corridors of time, leaving a bittersweet legacy that intertwined with the histories of Nocturne and Duskhaven. The realms stabilized, but the once vibrant cities bore the scars of the cosmic upheaval. Lord Malachi and Countess Lyra, now burdened with the weight of the sacrifice, grieved for the mortal whose courage had transcended time itself. The celestial convergence, which had promised revelation and resolution, had instead left them with a tragic ending. As the cosmic energy settled, the cities of Nocturne and Duskhaven stood in silence, forever marked by the sacrifice of a mortal who had become the nexus of time. The tale of vampires, mortals, and the celestial nexus concluded with a solemn acknowledgement of the inexorable cost of preserving the delicate balance between realms. In the stillness that followed, the legacy of Evelyn lived on as a haunting melody, a reminder of the sacrifices made in the name of cosmic equilibrium. The celestial convergence closed its portal, leaving Nocturne and Duskhaven to grapple with the echoes of their intertwined destinies, forever changed by the tragedy that unfolded in the depths of the Nexus.